And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go!
Ariel, Pac-Man, 120!
I'm coming after you! I'm coming after you!
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Here 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
54, and it's getting him home.
Here's Johnson. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Silver.
They run with Howard. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From the 38, Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Mike 57. I don't even know why this team showed up. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Hey, Mike 7.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Hey. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Hey, let's get this.
Hey, Alpha.
To throw on 3rd down. Stanley gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 180! 54!
A first down carry here for Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You ain't going nowhere.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Here we go, here we go. 280!
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Howard. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
At the 13-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down, Stanley. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing on first down. Stanley under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Hey, foxtrot.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Ready.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stanley looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Catch the ball in the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the twist.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he finds Howard complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Running from the gun with Howard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Watch QB drop.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Hey, Rip 5-2, out here.
Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
Let's 5-7.
Whip. Watch the whip.
What's that?
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. He wants it all for the end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Let him know.
Kill, kill.
Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Bring it. Bring it.
Down the man inside. Down the man.
Wentz going to throw. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
And it's taken in at the 9. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on 3rd down. Stanley. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
We got 4. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Squeeze, squeeze, double, double. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Twist, twist. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
From the gun, Stanley. And he finds a man with a crossing route. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Hey, here we go. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Hey, orbit.
Crunch.
Five.
Operating from the gun, Stanley. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Ready, ready.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Slam, slam, slam. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey.
To throw again, Stanley. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
57. Mike, 57. Check pass, check pass. Hey, check 24, check 24.
Say go.
From the gun, Stanley. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
A gain of 15. First down, Philadelphia.
So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it in a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Stanley got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 47. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
At the 43-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Wentz. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
It's going to be a long day. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Come on, get him. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Pick it up, pick it up.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And Jeffrey's got it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
54's mic, 54's mic. Check, check, watch 54.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he can vault himself right into the #1 spot.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check one.
Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
I'm coming after you.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo!
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
This one, Tim.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. Gets around him.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught by Penny. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Go! 60 Pittsburgh!
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, exit!
50 seconds. Mike, 50
Get it!
On 1st down, Stanley. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Check 31. Check 31.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stanley. And he whips that one incomplete there. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 4. Check 4.
Operating from the gun. Stanley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This is taken at the 23. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter. The Eagles on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
First down, Eagles.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Wentz now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Wentz to throw. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Lefty.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Watch the screen.
On first down, Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. Julian Love picks it. He's at the 30, past the 20, and he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown. In a tie game fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a one-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. One-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
74.
Wentz now to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And all the way down to the 39. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Flush to his right. And incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
You better be afraid of me.
Now Wentz. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Philadelphia picking up the 1st on a gain of 15. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd and 7, Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Two jet.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Know your job.
To throw is Wentz. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down.
Watch the slant.
Great 15. Great 15.
Mike by 4. Mike by 4.
Wentz going to go on fourth down. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Gone. Gone.
Check. Watch out.
On the ball. Fight.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Handoff, Coleman, right side. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw. Recon, 132 fighter.
Check. First down.
Let's go.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Back to throw. Wentz. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Mike 51.
One final try now for Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And not all W's are created equal, CD. And this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket, and that's what they've got going forward.
So for the Giants...